Hey everybody, welcome to Jimmy Dore Show. You know what's happening in California? We are a supermajority Democrat state in the state legislature with a Democratic governor, yet we can't seem to get any progressive policies passed, especially Medicare for All, which is what we tried to get in California. And there was a bill that came out of the state Senate here that was going to give single payer to everybody. And Anthony Rendon, who's the Assembly Speaker, one of the most powerful Democrats in the state, in the country too, he killed it. He killed the bill. And so someone is now running against him because of that. And she's running for Assembly in California's 63rd District. She's here with us now. It's Maria Estrada. Hey, Maria, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
It's good to see you again. You've been here before. You've been back on this show, and then you went ahead and you did really well in your primary.
Yes.
And now here you are. It's again, you went against Anthony Rendon. Anthony Rendon being the evil corporatist who killed single payer here in California. We've done videos about it, and he's a really bad liar. Because you see right through him when he's lying about it, and he can't make eye contact. He's got a million tells. If you know anything about guys who lie, he's got a million tells that
So
fly
he's got
right
his
up.
arms crossed.
Yeah.
So
The
his
whole
arm
thing,
crossed.
and he couldn't. And so you finished in the top two. We have a weird system in California. Everybody runs in the same primary, whether you're a Democrat, Republican,
Correct.
or independent, and then the top two run off in the fall. So you're in the top two now. Anthony Rendon is a super powerful corporate Democrat, but you have a real chance to beat him, right? And now tell us about that. How do you think you're going to beat him?
Well, we actually had the highest increase in voters in the state. We had the state was down 12% in voters. We were up over 90% in my district.
No kidding.
And
So you got people to come vote for you. So you actually did what we tell Democrats they're supposed to do. Is half the country isn't voting. Why don't you focus on those people and excite them with a message? And you did it.
yeah, we spent $10,000. He spent $536,000.
Ah.
And he got 46% of the vote. I got 29% of the vote overall.
Okay.
With the Republican. So the fact that he's under 50% means that he's
very vulnerable.
Vulnerable right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
we're really happy with the results, and it was actually just me and like 5 other people knocking on doors, walking, and
right. So you have a message, and people are sick and tired of the corporate Democrat and son of a gun if you didn't finish second, and now you get to go head to head. So this is what we've been urging people to do: have a strong, clear message, and you do have a strong, clear message. You don't take any guff from those corporate Democrats, do you?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
So people know just you're a real progressive. You're for single payer Medicare for all.
I take no corporate money.
You take no corporate money.
I'm a grassroots. I'm from the neighborhood. I with
Yeah.
Steph went to school there, and I'm just a regular person. I'm an activist, a grandma, and I'm not a politician, and I'm just here to fight for my community, really, and the injustices that are going on environmentally. There's a lot of corruption in the local government that's just blatantly out there, and people are, I think a little afraid to speak out, and everybody's just trying to get by and pay their bills, and it's really. I mean, I went to a city council meeting in Bell last week, and I mean, we left at 10:45 at night, and it was still going.
So people are interested because people have real problems.
Correct.
And corporate Democrats like Anthony Rendon, who you're running against, they're not meeting their needs at all, right?
No, and I believe I said this last time I was on here. His position in the party is to fundraise,
Right.
Although that's now backfiring him with on AB 84. I was in Sacramento for that hearing.
For what?
AB 84. And that bill is the one that's going to actually allow the minimum donation from $4,400 to $36,500. However, the money could go directly to the Senate Pro Tem and the Speaker on the Dem side and the Republican side. So it would be literally 4 people that would be in control of the money. So it would actually circumvent the California Democratic Party completely, and the money would go directly to them, and they could actually decide who they could
So you're
fund.
telling me there's a bill.
AB 84.
So Assembly Bill 8084?
AB
AB 84.
84
And the bill...
was co-sponsored by Rendon.
So
which would give him
it's
the
co-sponsored by your opponent, Anthony Rendon, and this bill would take to do what with campaign money?
it would actually the money the corporations could donate the money, but it would go directly to a fund that the Senate Pro Tem and the Speaker would handle the money.
What?
And it would bypass the party. They wouldn't need to go through the party at all. It could go to them. And the conflict is
Isn't that illegal?
not if that bill passes.
Not if that bill passes, I guess.
So what would happen is, because I was at the hearing, is that the concern for the Democratic Party is because they're adamantly against it, and progressives have united with the Democratic Party to stop it. And the difference is that we're not uniting for the same reasons. We want money out of politics completely. I don't think they care that the fact that it's going to go from 4,400 max donation to 36.5 is a concern. Their concern is they're going to get bumped back in line over access over that money. So they just want to be in the front of the line of the trough of the money pit that they have, used for whatever they want, and those contributors to that trough are the people that are poisoning our communities. So they don't really care where the money comes from. They just want to be the ones that control the purse strings. So that's actually a conflict right now between the Speaker and the party. And so we went to go speak out against it. And the fact is, nobody's representing my community. The corporations all have representation in the local government and by the Speaker, and this would just exacerbate that. So,
and so why do you think this has gotten absolutely zero media coverage? This is the first time hearing of it.
Well, SB 562 didn't get a lot of media coverage.
Well, I knew about it.
Well, because
So that's how I
but we're
gauge
in a
stuff.
bubble. We got to recognize that we're all in a bubble here. We're very knowledgeable about certain things that are going on politically. But if I go to my community and I tell them I'm progressive, they really don't care if I'm progressive.
Right.
They just want to know what I'm going to do for the community
Right.
and how I intend on doing it. All of this other stuff, whether you're Dem or all of that, that's not really relevant to them. Because they're just trying to get by. I mean, if I tell them I got endorsed by our revolution, they don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. They really don't. It's a matter of what you are going to do for that community. They don't even know what our revolution is. There are no our revolutions in my district at all.
Okay.
So it's a whole different mentality. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day is most people aren't that politically savvy to even know what that's about.
Okay.
So that's how a lot of times they're able to pass a lot of bills through. And he killed that bill that Friday at 5.
Which bill?
The SB 562.
You mean the Medicare for
the
all
Medicare
bill in
for all,
California?
the single payer. And he thought nobody was going to pay attention,
Right.
but we were all paying attention, CNA,
Right.
and he didn't expect that blowback.
That was like Cory Booker didn't expect that blowback when he voted against reimportation of
Exactly.
prescription drugs that would have lowered the price of prescription drugs for Americans. He voted against it.
He had already got over $250,000.
Right. So because he takes all the money from pharmaceutical. So what's Anthony Rendon? So is his big corruption the health insurance companies and big pharma like everybody else?
Well, right now there's an excise plan. I don't know if you guys heard about it. It was in Vernon. It was functioning for 33 years without a proper permit.
No.
Cal OSHA was in the building, knew that the employees were being exposed to dangerous levels of lead and cited them, but never shut them down. And then AQMD found out about it and did nothing. So the community was up in arms about it because they knew something was wrong. And finally, the U.S. attorney came in and shut them down. And what happened was the community kind of shamed Governor Brown to come to help them because thousands and thousands of homes have been contaminated with lead, and there are no safe levels of lead. Mm-hmm. So when he came down, at the time, the estimate to clean it up was $500 million. He allotted $176 million to clean that up. And Cristina Garcia in the 58th district wrote the bill that taxes all of us Californians $176 million and alleviated them from financial responsibility for the cleanup of being sued because the litigation, it would take too long and they're going to focus on the cleanup. So you fast forward, this is 2 years ago, you fast forward to June of this year, was the set of numbers that I got. They've tested 7,500 homes. Of those 7,500, 97% of those homes for sure have lead. Only 270 homes have been cleaned. And when I say cleaned, they take up the soil on the property, but the parkway, the grass in front of on your sidewalk, by the street is not being cleaned. Plus, the lead goes on your roof and it seeps down into your attic. Eventually, it's going to go back in the house. They're not cleaning that either. So they haven't finished testing these homes, and USC is doing a study with this organization called East Yard Communities for Environmental Justice, which is a really badass group of people that are, basically active in informing the communities and the business owners about what's going on. And they did a study with USC asking people for their baby teeth of their children. And 100% of the baby teeth are positive for lead. So these kids already have this in their system. It's in their brain. It's in their organs. And that causes behavioral and learning problems.
Right. So that's happening in your district. And Anthony Rendon's, he's not helping. He's actually...
Well, nobody's going after them for financial reparations to get this cleaned up and paid for. Nobody's going after... People need to be in prison for this.
Right.
And nobody's going after these people. So I went to 3 meetings in a week, and there was one that I didn't go to that Rendon and Cristina Garcia hosted, and the first thing, some gentleman comes up and he gets the mic and he says, Exide filed bankruptcy, so they don't have money, so we can't expect them to give them money. Well, they didn't file bankruptcy. That's a lie. They filed reorganization, and they had to shut down their plant, but they're just opening one up in Kansas City, Missouri, and their sales is up 23% this quarter from a year ago, the same quarter. So their stock's going up. So they're doing well. They have money. They have $1.9 million in assets right now. So they have money to pay for this. And yet not Governor Brown, not the DA, not the Attorney General, which was a Kamala Harris and now is Xavier Becerra, not Rendon, not Garcia. None of them are going after this company. Those people that... this is now 2 generations of people being exposed to this toxic shit in their bodies and in their homes, and nobody's doing anything to protect them.
Wow. So I didn't even know that was, again, that's something else that gets absolutely no media coverage. That's happening, right? So that's in your district.
Yep. Well, it happened in Vernon, which is right next door. But it's in Boyle Heights, and it's East LA, it's in Bell, it's in Cudahy,
Really?
it's in Maywood. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And based on the wind patterns, that's also how far it goes. So they're saying they're only going to go a 1.7 mile radius, but the further they got, the more homes. But who's going to pay for that? So they're not going to want to test all that.
Wow. So do people know about this in the district?
They're finding out. I'm making sure about it. East Yard's holding events in the communities to inform East Yard, the
organization that...
Yeah, East Yard Community for Environmental Justice.
Okay.
And they're doing they have these programs with kids that are in college, doing these studies on the environment, on the food, the food deserts that we have out there where people can't get fresh fruit and vegetables. They're just involved in a lot of stuff in the community. Southeast LA, from Port of Long Beach all through LA, we have the worst air, pollution. We got respiratory issues. I got connected to a woman by the name of Anthony Churg, and she's a chemist, and she was telling me that at least 1,100 people a year die from respiratory issues because our air is so bad. We probably have the worst air in the country. And people just don't talk about it. So they want to, in Bell, Cemex wants to do an asphalt facility in Bell. And Bell's exposed to already all kinds of stuff, having a lot of problems. And I went to the city council meeting, and basically the city attorney and the mayor kind of bashed East Yard because East Yard filed an injunction against them to stop them, to go to court to stop this from happening. And they were basically saying that East Yard didn't act in good faith, and they were going to bat for Cemex. And one of the city council members said, we know that it's health issues or the environmental issues, but this needs to happen because we need the money, because we all know what happened in Bell. So it's almost like these people can't catch a break because they're getting it one side or the other, right, and nobody's fighting for them.
But you are fighting for the people, and how is your campaign being received?
Majority has been very positive. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback.
Are you raising money?
Yeah.
Okay. How much money do you think it would take to run a race against?
Well,
Rendon?
I actually raised $10,000 for my race, and he spent $536,000. So money does help. Obviously, you need yard signs and stuff, because I didn't put up not one yard sign, no emails, no texts. It's just us on the ground. So basically, that's what's the most important. But we need, obviously going to need yard signs or whatever. But I had my people the night before the election out till 11:30 at night putting up banners, all over through the community, and they were up at 6:30 morning on the freeway on-ramps holding up banners.
Oh, great.
So I was in ice cream trucks, going around with a megaphone telling people that they have power and that they could vote. And then when people come to the ice cream truck, I'd peep out, take their order. I'd buy them ice cream and tell them about healthcare and environmental issues, and then I'm running to fight for them. And so we just did use whatever resource we could to get it done. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. So
Okay, well, Maria Estrada, fantastic. I mean, the people responded well to the first time we had you on the show. I'm sure they'll love you again. She's running California's 63rd district. Her opponent, Anthony Rendon, is the guy who killed single payer here in California. What else do you need to know? Maria Estrada, thanks for coming in. What's your website?
mariaforassembly.org, and it's FOR.
mariaforassembly.org. Go there, donate, volunteer, help out. Okay, thanks for being our guest. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed. Even if you think you are, you're probably not. It only takes a second to check, and then you have to ring that bell so they send you a notification when we drop a new video. Otherwise, they won't tell you when we drop new videos. And if you like our show, please help support it. Become a patron. We give you hours of bonus material every week, and we give a live stream. We do a live stream every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific time when you could ask us questions and we answer them back. Thanks for your support.